Backstage, the Magic Kingdom whose personalities are the royalty of entertainment. On this program, another glittering lineup of stars and the glamour in which they live. You're about to have an intimate look at these and other well-known celebrities in their glamorous world called Hollywood. Now, if you're ready, let's go Hollywood Backstage.
You're not afraid of ghosts, ghouls, and vampires, are you? Of course you're not. Sonny and Cher, the famous rock and roll team, aren't, and they want you to go with them inside this haunted house. You afraid? Sonny and Cher will watch out for you. Actually, this could be a lot of fun. This gentleman looks familiar, a little pale. And here's the famous star of movies and television. And how is Mr. Frankenstein this evening? If you don't recognize him, he played the romantic lead in many a picture. You're still with us, I hope. Here's a very charming lady. She was part of another famous husband and wife team. Remember him? The king of the vampires, Count Dracula. And what a lovely couple they made. This might be too much for Cher. After all, the darkness is frightening, and these strange creatures, they could scare anybody to death. But be brave. Beyond this long, dark corridor is a big surprise. If we ever make it, I can assure you, I'm not frightened. But not very much. Now, here's a gentleman I think uses the same hairstylist as Sonny and Cher. Must be part of a rock and roll group. Happy Harry and the Wolfmen. We've come to the end of this corridor. And now what is in store for us? People. Now they're alive. That's right. It's Hollywood's unique discotheque where the action is very much alive. It's Ghoul, a Go-Go. It's the haunted house on the famed Hollywood Boulevard, whose spooky atmosphere adds to the fun of the in-crowd. Flying bats are replaced by a very shapely and provocative Batgirl. With her, I'd like to be Robin. Let's watch the Batgirl. Fly, Batgirl, fly. That's Smokey, the dragon up above. The Batgirl outfit and dance were created by the club's publicist, Terry Brown. This is a night of relaxing for Sonny and Cher, who are constantly busy, recording, making personal appearances, and starring in motion pictures. This is relaxing? The show's over, and now it's the patrons' time for gyration. Sonny and Cher are singers, but here's something you won't often see. Watch them dance. By the way, I think there are a few barbers picketing outside. One of the main attractions of this team is the clothes they wear. Their dress is distinctively unique and exclusively designed. Here, they look perfectly in place. But I've seen them at very elegant affairs, and they stand out from the crowd. The atmosphere of the haunted house is dark, but it doesn't seem to matter to Cher. Sonny seems to have his mind on something else. He's probably writing another song. Or designing another suit. But Cher's with it all the way. Haunted houses may never be the same after this one. And if you should ever run into a ghost or a vampire, just ask him to dance.
This is the world-famous Sunset Strip in Hollywood. And this is the equally world-famous Ciro's. Tonight we're covering the Swank reopening of this Hollywood landmark as Ciro's Le Disc. The lovely actress Carolyn Jones and producer Aaron Spelling are among the early arrivals. Handsome young new leading man Peter Brown alights from his car. That's pretty Sherry Jackson with publicist Gene Schwam. The group starring here this evening are the Condors, and for their mascot, they have brought with them a huge live South American condor, safely inside a large steel barred cage, of course. The beautiful motion picture star and television star Dorothy Provine arrives with her escort, Tom Mankiewicz. Inside, the Condors begin their show, and like the Pied Piper of Hamelin, attract the dancers. Actor Don Murray is sitting this one out and content to watch the dancers instead. The names of some of the dances being done here tonight, as well as all over the world, are the Watusi, the mashed potato, the swim, the condor shimmy. A singer, Jimmy Boyd, seems quite adroit at it and enjoying it thoroughly. Actress Gloria Paul is doing the Watusi. And if you'll look closely, you'll see what a chore it was for the waitress. And you're going to wonder in just a moment what happened to the glasses. Many are unable to dance because of the huge opening night gathering. And with a crowded dance floor, they aren't taking any unnecessary chances. Lovely Dorothy Provine, who sits chatting with newsman Al Smith. And British actor Terry Thomas. Singer Keely Smith is surrounded by admirers in the person of a group called the American Beatles. Ciro's Le Disc tonight is jammed with celebrities and tourists alike, all here to dance or listen to the Condors or the American Beatles. And their resemblance to the English Beatles is amazing. The success of the Watusi is phenomenal, and because the dancers never touch, you just can't help but wonder if they're ever really sure of who they're dancing with. Here's our host, Mr. Frank Sennis, and Jim Mitchum, the look-alike son of Robert Mitchum. Sennis obviously seems pleased with the main room again, reached a near frenzied state. Some of the better dancers have now joined the musicians on the stage and are putting on their own show. Dancing on the main floor has come to a standstill, and everyone is a spectator as these young ladies demonstrate the art of the Watusi and the condor shimmy. The crowd urges the dancers on, and they respond with all the vigor and energy of youth. And with that, we leave the opening of Ciro's Le Disc on the world-famous Sunset Strip in Hollywood.
We're joined at ringside by Bob Hatfield of the Righteous Brothers and his wife, and by television executive Mal Klein. In the background of drums, we shout hellos. Those here tonight are part of a modern in crowd, and it's go-go all the way. You're moving even if you're sitting. Gazzari's is the only discotheque in the world to have 7 TV sets going at one time. To watch them, your eyeballs jerk as much as the dancers. Yes, everything moves at Gazzari's. Hatfield and his wife joined the action. We presented their wedding reception on another Hollywood Backstage show. And that was just as wild as this. We sat this one out and watched, and believe me, there was a lot to see. Not only the fever of the dancing, but look at the clothes on some of these kids. Remember the little Dutch boy? He grew up. Go-Go, April and Nino. Gazzari's is one of the original discotheques in Hollywood, and the curvaceous Gazzari dancers are renowned for their appearances here and on several television shows. Tonight's the opening of the redecorated and renamed club. One thing the club always attracts, a lot of moving legs, with or without shoes. Compared to some of the others, Nino and April are dressed rather conservatively, but it's right for the dancing. They're with it. And if anybody thinks this is just a teenager's dance, they're wrong. Look out now. What happens in the outside world, whatever their personal problems, the pulsating tempo and the thunderous, almost deafening sound drives out everything but the fun and excitement that's now. The music is here. Tomorrow is thousands of beats away. And the later it gets, the music gets wilder, the dancing more frenzied. Nobody seems to get tired. Although there are many celebrities here tonight, and there was a professional show, everything and everyone is the star. The frenzied dancers, the colorful and unusual clothes, the electrifying atmosphere, all make up the excitement, not only of this opening night, but every night. And you were a part of it in a very special way as Hollywood Backstage went to the premiere of the Broadway Go-Go with April and Nino. Nureyev was a featured dancer with the famed Leningrad Kirov Company, and then defected to the West, claiming no artistic freedom with the Russians. Now, he and Fontaine, considered England's greatest dancer, are leading dancers of the Royal Ballet Company. For the party, it's dancing everyone can do, and you have a choice. There's this way, where couples hold each other and dance together. That's my style. But now here's the surprise of the evening. In another room, for the more energetic, it's Music Center A Go-Go. The parties are in 3 separate rooms. But this Go-Go room was a surprise to everyone, and it wasn't opened up until 1 o'clock. But it was one of the most popular things of the evening. Sonia Haney is enjoying it, and so is Zsa. This is a favorite rock and roll group called The Enemies. They may never appear on the stage below, but they're a big hit here at the party. And this may surprise a lot of people, but Nureyev loves this. Whenever he's in Hollywood, he's frequently seen at any one of the many discotheques. There's a man getting to the bottom of things. The party and dancing continued up until 2 o'clock. Guests were disappointed that it had to end. It certainly was a diversified evening of great ballet, lavish supper, exciting personalities, and dancing to suit your taste. And even in Hollywood, like anywhere else, the man had to wait for his wife. Now, Nureyev was rested enough from his performance to want to do some wild Watusi dancing. But the band was gone. Except for that, these two girls in Nureyev would have been quite a show. It was a meeting of the arts and a dazzling night as Hollywood went ballet a-go-go.
A new Watusi or jerk or whatever they're dancing at the moment headquarters means a solid turnout of dancers and celebrities. The band is a new group from San Diego headed by Joe Scott Hill, and they're strong. I don't know this couple's name, but oh well. Oh, that was Joe Scott Hill you saw a moment ago. You'll see him again. This room isn't the biggest one, but everybody finds room. At the action, the intermissions are short. The trio goes on as long as they can. And this girl doesn't change expression throughout the whole evening. She just stands there and does the dances. There's T.C. Jones. He had a great role in a Hitchcock television thriller in which he played a killer disguised as a nurse. He was a fine actor. Meanwhile, back on stage, there's Alan Hale Jr., co-star of the popular TV series Gilligan's Island. Time out at this table. We've got Don May, of the Roaring 20s, Peter Breck of the Big Valley, Wade Preston, Colt 45. Meanwhile, back on the floor, they're still at it. Dominic Azzaro, who has the place, describes the room as having plenty of space for flying humans orbiting to new sound. If he means way out, he's right. A new night spot opens up in Hollywood. The action, if you're...